If you're bored with modern technology, then it's always a possibility to know what science can accomplish. And while studying it, why not see some cool main characters kick ass while using theories that your physics teacher forgot to tell you about? Today, we're going to be telling you about 10 science fiction anime with an overpowered protagonist. Here we go. Number 10. World Trigger. We've all seen the humanity against giant monsters story a million times, but World Trigger pulls out a twist by making our main character a monster. This time, our friendly neighborhood monsters are called the Neighbors. When human weapons are proved worthless against these creatures, it's up to an organization called the Border to prevent the invasion of these monsters. Here we have Yuma Kuga, who transfers to the school several years after the attack and possesses an incredible power, while Sama Mikumo is a girl working as a border trainee, and she soon learns that Yuma is a neighbor in disguise. World Trigger may start with a generic premise, but the plot twists the story presented to you, and the overpowered main character can definitely keep you hooked throughout the whole series. Want some weird sci-fi adventure? I know weird isn't really weird enough if you've seen a lot of anime, but FLCL or Fulikuri knows how to put that bizarre anime style to a whole new level. The adventures are bizarre. The power systems go out of the established logic so many times, and don't even get me started on the action scenes. Then, why should you be watching it? Its bizarre nature and directing style alone can make it a very unique anime. Sure, it's not for everyone out there, but if you get the hang of its style and learn to love the sheer absurdity of the anime, then this is definitely going to be an amazingly wild ride. And don't be surprised when giant robots spring out of the main character's forehead.
Get ready for takeoff!
It's anime, so you should definitely be expecting a sci-fi anime with high school tropes on this list. Here we follow Sosuke Sagara, a teenage boy working with the Mithril organization, and he's now tasked with protecting a young girl named Kaname Chidori. The energetic teenager seems to have a mystery enveloping her that makes her the target of many organizations. It's up to Sosuke and his friends to protect the girl and learn more about her mysterious past. Sosuke may seem like your average high school boy, but in truth, he has received rigorous training under the military for any emergency situation, and is an experienced mecha pilot. He soon begins to surprise others with his tactics and fighting, and the next thing you know, the most silent boy in your class is the most deadly assassin. What's it like to have that perfect, action-packed, mecha-driven character story? I know you'll be pointing out a lot of anime that can fit into the genre, but 86 definitely stands at the very top because of its writing. The characters weren't cardboards, and the world building was done in an interesting way. The female characters here don't fall into the usual damsel in distress trope, which also helped to propel the popularity of this anime. The second season of 86 is releasing in the fall, and even though many are surprised to get 2 seasons in 1 year, I can tell that the anime producers don't want to let go of the hype that the first season created.
Model number A035624, also known as Vivi. We have been waiting for you to return.
Action with androids? You sure get it with this one. If you're tired of regular sci-fi protagonists who need to go through that learning curve while learning about the new technology, then dive into this anime. Because this show knows how to kickstart tension from the start, and make sure you're thrown into those sci-fi wild rides with so many plot twists, new characters, and gorgeous action scenes. The main character also is not one of those chosen ones, and along with that, Vivi also shatters many commonly established tropes of this genre and makes sure the new twists of the story can keep the viewer hooked from the beginning to the end.
What is that? Her brain.
Don't touch it!
Let's move into the Espers of Academy City. And when speaking of Espers, there's a certain character we cannot miss. the one and only Accelerator. Misaka Mikoto deserves her own spotlight, but we can accept without a doubt that Accelerator is the most powerful Esper in the Magical Index universe. He is literally named after his ability, which allows him to modify the vector values of anything he touches. His ability is nicknamed One-Way Road, because of how he redirects any vectors that come towards him. For example, he can reflect or redirect bullets that strike him, or completely change the pressure waves of an explosion. This guy knows how to throw a tantrum whenever things don't go his way, so if you need a less angry version of Bakugo with scientific powers, then this show is for you.
It is time to become a part of all things.
Alright, I know the live action of this one might have left a bad taste in your mouth, but do not forget the original Ghost in the Shell, and how it was much deeper and more philosophical than the failed Hollywood product. The events are shown through the eyes of Major Matoko Kusanagi, an artificial cyborg working for the government. Yes, this anime has cyborgs, artificial intelligence, secret military organizations, powerful weaponry, and basically the whole badass sci-fi package. This is also one of those shows that has received plenty of sequels, and although some are good and some are awful, the original series still remains a masterpiece. This was written by the famous author Gen Urobuchi, and you might recognize him as the author of Fate Zero, but Psychopaths is completely different to his previous works and manages to deliver the audience a view on a dystopian world filled with technology and some interesting characters with their own ideals and mysteries. In Psychopaths, every citizen is measured by the Sybil system and given a crime coefficient. If the latter is high, then that person is considered a criminal and then immediately executed. We follow the adventures of two detectives known as Shinya Kogami and Akane Tsunemori, as they try to unravel the mystery of an unknown figure who manages to evade the system and still manage to commit crimes. Great story? More philosophy? A morally grey hero and villain? Then Psychopaths is the show for you. Number 2, Star Wars Visions. All of Japan is uniting together to bring Star Wars to life in anime form. And what more could you ask for? Star Wars Visions is a set of short movies that expands on the stories of a galaxy far, far away, and introduces us to some new faces. I know Star Wars in anime form is something to think twice about, but one look at the trailer was enough to convince me to give this one a go. The animation is smooth and brilliant, and since Japan's best directors are coming on board for this project, you know that it's going to be a masterpiece. Disney might own the Western Star Wars, and they might have done a good job with it up until now, but get on board the hype train of Star Wars Visions and see how Japanese producers do it differently. Number 1, Cowboy Bebop. Not every sci-fi show can balance everything right, but Cowboy Bebop is an exception to that rule. Do you need to know why Cowboy Bebop fans love the show from the first episode to the final bang? You need to watch the anime to find out. This one is about the adventures of Mello, a carefree Spike Spiegel, two bounty hunters traversing space searching for contracts. The anime may start off simple and without an overall ambition, but soon the characters' backstories come into play. And that's when things start to get serious. You'll soon know that these people hide more than what they show, and when their past chases after them, they should choose whether to fight it or flee from it. With the live-action Netflix series coming soon, this is the best time to start binge-watching this show. So there goes 10 sci-fi anime with an overpowered main character. As usual, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification to keep updated on our latest videos. That's it for today, anime fans. We'll see you in the next one.